Hey guys, well, we might not like it, but I think it's going to be time to winterize the boat. Tried to get out a few days ago. Cold weather came in, the lakes got froze over, and so we're at that point where we're now sitting around waiting for the ice to get thick enough to ice fish. But that gives us an opportunity to get the boat winterized and get it ready for next spring. So why don't we take a minute and I'll show you real quick what I do to mine to get her all set for winter. Well, let's start at the front of the boat. We'll work our way to the back. One thing I like to do, that Garmin makes this real simple. I like to take out the fish finder. In the Garmin's case, it works out really well. It's got the mount stays right there. The cables hook into the back of the mount, so you don't even have to take the cables out. All you do is pop it out. I'm going to go ahead and take that back in the house. Trolling motor, I take it down, mainly because I'm going to put the cover on. The cover doesn't fit with the trolling motor in place. Also, I unplug it, so that way it's not plugged in. It shouldn't draw any juice, but I'm still going to unplug it anyway. Let's go to the back end. That's where we got some more stuff to do. All right, let's talk back of the boat. First, the motor. I got the motor in the down position, and as far as winterizing it, I bought this boat just a year ago. It was winterized before I bought it, so I've used it one season. Now, I'm not going to drain the lower unit, but I do want to know if there's water in. So here's what I do. Oil floats, which means water should be at the bottom. So I'm going to take the bottom drain plug and I'm going to loosen it just a little. If I just get oil out, it's fine, I close it up. If I open that and get a little water out, I got water in it, we're going to have to go ahead and drain the whole thing and redo it. Like I said, it's been 1 year, so I'll go ahead and use it again next year because we really don't use the gas motor a lot. But after next year, I'll go ahead and drain the whole thing and put in all new oil in the lower unit. Main thing is just to make sure there's no water in there over the winter. Batteries. Onboard chargers in. Now I do it a little bit different. Most guys, hey, just plug that thing in and let her go. We'll see it again next spring. I kind of hate doing that. So here's what I do. On the first of the month, I plug it in. Leave it a couple days and unplug it. On the 15th of the month, I'm going to come back and do it again. So twice a month, all winter long, I'll plug the onboard charger in, get those batteries warmed up and make sure they got a full charge. They should be really good come spring. Gas. Now there's the one that can be a little bit controversial with some people. Drain it, run it dry, leave it empty, leave it full, what do you do? In my case, when I knew we were probably getting down towards the end and used the motors one of the last time or two, I went out and bought a bottle of Stable. I put some Stable in the tank, I filled the gas tank full. We went out and used it a little bit, so I had an opportunity to make sure I ran that Stable through everything. The reason I do that, here in a cold climate, we get a lot of condensation. I'm in a metal barn. Between heating and cooling and the condensation, there's days you can stand in here and you'd think you're in a rainstorm for all the water coming down. Well, it's not quite that bad in the gas tank, but the same principle still exists. So the more gas that's in the tank, the less airspace, the less condensation you should get. So in my case, I'm going to fill it up. One last thing for the back end of the boat, and that is your transom straps. They are both off. I unhook the transom straps. I also unhook the winch. That way the boat is just sitting on the trailer. It's not being forced down onto the trailer and sitting that way all winter when I'm not using it. Now you got to be a little careful you don't pull away when all the straps are unloosened. So the transom straps and the winch are all sitting right on top of the hitch. There's no way I can hook anything up to this to pull it away without noticing all the straps are there. There's one more thing I want to look at up front. Now, as I said, I'm going to put the cover on the boat. I'm not going to bungee strap it down. I don't need to do all that. I basically just want to have the cover on to keep the dust off. But once I put the cover on everything and close it up, and it's the winter time, you got to start thinking about mice. And there's nothing worse than mice when they get into anything where there's electrical wiring, because they're going to chew that stuff up. You're going to come back in the spring and find all your wires screwed up. So, as I've said before, mothballs. That's all you need. Buy a bag of mothballs. And you go out, and you raid your wife's flower pot, and you steal the little tray that goes under the flower pot, just take some mothballs. I'll set one up front. I got another one. I'll set that towards the back and go ahead and put the top on it. And I'll guarantee you, with the cover over the top and a couple bags of mothballs in there, you won't have to worry about any mice getting into all your stuff. So that's it. Oh, wait, one last thing. I thought that was it. Wheel bearings. I like to check and grease those, but I will wait until after the first of the year. And my reasoning for that is I need new tires. We're going to have to get some new tires, so somewhere in January, late January, early February, we'll get a few warm days. And at that time, I'm going to jack the trailer up, pull the tires off, take them into town, get a new set of tires put back on, and when I bring them back, when I'm doing all that, at that point in time, I'm going to check wheel bearings, add grease, do whatever I need. That way, when I'm ready to go fishing, I don't have to do anything. It's all taken care of. So that's it, guys. That's all I do to winterize a boat. But it's just those few things will make it a whole lot better for you when you start up again next spring. Thanks for sticking with us. Subscribe to our channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.